It was Purim, 1753. I was deep into a mission that would keep me away from home for 5 years. And right then, in the middle of the desert between Gaza and Egypt, the caravan had just announced its plan. We would travel on Shabbat. 70 men, none of them Jews, answering to nobody's calendar, and the handful of us who kept the Shabbat would simply be dragged along with them. I had waited 50 days in Gaza, 50 days, arranging this entire journey around one thing, that I would never be forced to desecrate Shabbat on the road. And in one sentence, it was all about to be for nothing. I had no power there, no rank, no army, nothing but the desperation of a man a long way from anyone who could help him. So I did the only thing left. I fell at the feet of Sheikh Salim, the very man once brought in chained as the chief of the raiders who used to prey on these roads, now hired for a fee to keep our caravan alive. And I wept, and I begged him for Shabbat. And that Friday afternoon, in the middle of the open desert, 70 men who owed my Sabbath nothing stopped, made camp, and rested until it ended. That wasn't even the strangest thing that happened to me that year. But to understand how I ended up on my knees in front of a reformed desert pirate, you have to go back about 10 weeks, to a freezing Tuesday morning and a much quieter kind of goodbye. That winter, in 1753, I left Jerusalem, sent out as what's called a shadar, an emissary charged with traveling from community to community, raising money to keep the poor and the scholars of the Holy Land alive. Nobody envies the job. It means years on the road, by camel, by donkey, by leaking ship, through desert and past bandits, into the homes of strangers who might slam the door on me or might change my life. I kept a diary through all of it, not a polished account meant for anyone else's eyes, just a notebook written in shorthand for myself alone, where I wrote down without much ceremony exactly when I was terrified, when I was cheated, and when I simply couldn't find a decent meal. I called it Ma'agal Tov, the good circuit, after the line in Psalms about being led in circles of righteousness. This is that story, starting where it actually started, on a quiet Tuesday morning in Jerusalem.